So James O'Keefe runs Project Veritas. They do highly edited videos that are aimed to mislead. They've done this for Acorn and Planned Parenthood and often brag about it. They were having a private dinner in New York when they got a little taste of their own medicine. They were infiltrated and some secret video was made of their dinner. The person who did this was Ryan Clayton and a couple of other activists. Now, yesterday we showed you how Ryan Clayton was assaulted, choked, kicked, thrown down a flight of stairs once they discovered him. Now that's assault, and going to follow up and see if the New York Police Department, upon watching the video and seeing the pictures, takes action on that. But now we have another Young Turks exclusive for you guys, the video he shot before he was assaulted. So these are the plans of Project Veritas that they talk about behind the scenes. And mainly it is to troll the media and to use the media to their own benefit for their own political purposes. And they lay that out here in this video where they don't think any of you are watching. This is just them basically laughing at the media behind their back. So let's show it to you in pieces. First part here.
Project Veritas is sort of like 1/3 investigative reporting, 1/3 intelligence agency, because we kind of are spies, and 1/3 Borat. We just go in and we sort of shock people. Last week, I went to the inauguration, and Donald Trump called me.
So two important parts there. First, he explains what Project Veritas is. He says, in case it was hard to hear there, 1/3 reporting, agree to disagree, 1/3 intelligence agency. For whom? Who are you doing intelligence for? If you were doing it just to find out the facts, wouldn't that be 2/3 reporting? No, you're doing it for, of course, a political agenda, and one that he's probably paid for, and you should actually do some reporting on that. We'll certainly look into it as well. And then 1/3 Borat, he said. Now, later he's going to claim that the media should pay more attention to them, but you're telling them that you're punking them right now. Like, we're like Borat, ha-ha, and if you pay attention to us, then we think you're silly or stupid. So that's what they think of you behind the scenes. Then he went on to say he got a call from Trump. Long conversation about how he bragged that he's talking to Trump and that he thought he was being Borated or punked. But in fact, it was really Donald Trump. And how sad that the President of the United States of America is calling these, low-level trolls. But that's because they are part of the Republican machine. And they killed Acorn. It was a group that helped poor people with legal issues, health issues, and yes, voting issues. And that's why they were politically targeted, to make sure that they didn't get poor people to vote, because Republicans think they vote more for Democrats. And the media went along with it, gave it tremendous coverage. Some Democrats went along with it, and they actually had a real political effect. And now they've got the ear of the president. Now, what are they planning to do in terms of this next year? Let's find out.
What it really comes down to is the fact they don't think that me and all of you and all the people that we associate ourselves with, we are not journalists. They don't think that we are journalists. This is like the abortion issue comes down to whether life begins at conception.
Yeah, they don't think you're journalists because you just explained that you're, at best, 1/3 journalist and 1/3 intelligence agency for some political group and 1/3 Borat. Maybe that's why they don't take you seriously. And that is part of the reason why they're going to attack. They're not part of the media. They are the opponents of the media. This Steve Bannon said it, and he'll quote him as well. They view the media as opponents. They're not trying to make the media better. They're just trying to rip it down. So here's their big plans for 2017.
The main target, the number one target of Project Veritas in 2017, the number one institution that we will go after and that we are currently embedded, we already are embedded, we already have tapes that I'm going to release, is the media. We have people in the newsrooms. We have hundreds of hours of audio already. We're going to release it. And if you're doing something wrong, because Steve Bannon, I think you all saw the Steve Bannon quote, right? Yeah. Where he said, the media is the opposition party. He said, this is a direct quote, he said, quote, "The media should be embarrassed and humiliated. The media should stop and listen." So the number one target is the media. We have people in the media. The media will continue to become a reactive institution. They will react to only what we do. Don't take my word for it. Look at Trump. He's the assignment editor already. He's the assignment, like Drudge is kind of an assignment editor. Well, Trump's the assignment editor now. And if Veritas was releasing, say, a couple videos a week, I guarantee you, we would have $1 billion of earned media a year. This story in the election was $100 million of earned media coverage.
Look at what he's doing there. He's saying, when we release the videos, these guys in the media who we consider our political opponents, they do us a favor and cover it anyway. They give us $100 million in free advertising and free media. So the rest of the media, don't do that. Now, I understand that it's ironic here that we're giving you coverage of Project Veritas as we're telling you not to cover it, but that's because we have these exclusive tapes to show you their intention. The most important thing is you don't cover them seriously and go, oh my God, they've got tapes of Planned Parenthood. You know that they doctored the tapes. They've doctored the tapes in every single instance. They've been charged with crimes by Republican prosecutors for doctoring tapes. And look at their intention. He quoted Steve Bannon as saying he wants to humiliate the press. They're of course not part of the press. And then they cry about it. But you just said that you view them as opponents and would like to humiliate them. Whatever you do, do not take these guys seriously. They're walking, living trolls. And they view you as the opponents. They never break real news. They always have a political agenda, and it doesn't have anything to do with revealing actual facts. And they view you as the opposition. Now, we're going to end on a fun note here, because at the end, get a load of what he says.
If they ever try to give me, mark my words, a journalism award or anything like that, a Pulitzer, I'm going to say, screw your Pulitzer Prize. I don't want your damn Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, no. Don't do it. Don't do it, James. He's going to turn down your Pulitzer. Not likely to get that opportunity. So, look, in conclusion, you've got to understand the difference between progressive critique of the media and conservative critique of the media. Progressive critique says, here's the things that we think are problematic when you have an establishment bias or you're run by a multi-billion-dollar corporation, so you have the perspective of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Now, that is true. And so to what degree it affects you is an interesting question and one that you should examine. And we believe that you can examine that. And we do that not to tear you down. We do that to build you up so that you do great objective journalism as opposed to neutral journalism. Neutrality says, well, you know, Republicans say this and Democrats say that, but gosh, I guess we'll never find out. No, give us objective journalism that says, now here's what both sides say and here are the actual facts. We're trying to make the press and the media better. The right wing thinks, no, the media brings you information, so you tear it down and you replace it with propaganda. That is why they're opposed to all forms of facts, science, climate change, etc. They say education is, oh, those guys in their ivory towers and those professors who are eggheads. Don't listen to the professors with facts. Don't listen to the scientists with facts. And don't listen to the liberal media with their facts. Tear it down and replace it with alternative facts and propaganda, and that is exactly what Project Veritas does. So now you know that's from their own mouth when they think you're not watching. That is when they're most honest and truthful. They want to tear you down, and they are willing to do it deceptively for a political agenda. At least now you know the reality of their intentions. We are the watchers on the wall. We are the sword in the darkness. Come join us. tytnetwork.com/join.